we are going to talk about Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Juzz 8, day number 8. This is Surah Al-A'raf, verse number 28. Here, the verse is very beautiful, and it is slightly controversial for our practices, but I'll explain. The verse says, وَإِذَا فَعَلُوا فَاحِشَةً قَالُوا وَجَدْنَا عَلَيْهَا آبَاءَنَا وَاللَّهُ أَمَرَنَا بِهَا قُلْ إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يَأْمُرُ بِالْفَحْشَاءِ أَتَقُولُونَ عَلَى اللَّهِ مَا لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. And when they commit something which is immoral, they say, we found our forefathers doing it, and Allah commanded us to do it. Say, indeed, Allah does not command you to do something that is immoral. Do you say about Allah what you do not know? Now, my brothers and sisters, when they were told, why are you doing this? Their response was, well, our forefathers were doing it. Why should we not do the same? This age-old habit, ancestors did it. That's not a proof of something true or false. My brothers and sisters, let me give you some examples. Please don't get upset about some of the examples that I'm going to give, because it may apply to you from the cultural background that you may come from. The first one is the most neutral one. The jahiliyyah that prevails in our community against the teachings of Islam in the realms of weddings is the biggest one. We organize the biggest possible wedding. And yet Rasulullah said, simplest of weddings are the most blessed of weddings. We spend tens of thousands, forget about tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of pounds in hiring a wedding hall, arriving in a helicopter, elephant, Ferrari, Lamborghini. What's next? You're going to be flying on, aircrafts that are flying at the light of speed. What's the point? Why are you wasting so much money in just arriving? Think about living a married life instead of wasting all that money in extravagant marriages. That contradicts the essence of Islam. Prophet of Allah ﷺ said, don't do that. It is better for you to feed the poor and the needy in your walima than just to select the rich and the elite. I was invited to a wedding, and I asked the brother, I don't know you, I don't know your family. Why would you like to invite me? He goes, well, I'd like you to come. You're a celebrity. It would be nice for me. And then I found out it was a numbers game for him. He wanted 1,000 people in his son's wedding, and he had about 10 Muslim celebrities who turned up, and he wanted to take photographs and show to the world, this was my son's wedding. Is this a wedding that is blessed? I don't think so. My brothers and sisters, in our weddings we have extraordinary mixing of the man and woman in the most haram possible way. There is a difference between a public space where man and woman meet and interact, and there is a difference between that and doing what we call the loose free mixing that we see prevalent in certain weddings. I went to one wedding where the brothers took me inside to do the nikah, rushed me inside. I don't know why they took me in such a rush. I looked around and I realized, oops. Anyway, I did the nikah and they rushed me quickly. So as I was leaving the hall, I said to them, why did you rush me inside and rush me outside? They said, brother, you would not like what we were doing before, and you would not like what we did afterwards. I said, why did you invite me to do the nikah? Well, we just wanted a little bit of blessings. In other words, you want one leg in heaven and one leg in hellfire. It doesn't work like that. My brothers and sisters, in our weddings, we do extraordinary things. We take debt, we borrow money from the banks. And what's worse, in some cultures, they demand extortionate amounts of mahar or extortionate amounts of gifts from the bride's side. Demanding gift from the bride's side is haram. The bride is not supposed to be giving you anything. Oh, the bride is going to bring new furniture. I'm going to refurnish my house. What on earth are you living? Which planet are you living on? It's haram to demand any gift from the bride's side. And when you ask people, why are you doing this? Well, our forefathers did it, so we're doing it. Brothers and sisters, Allah Azza wa Jal says, don't attribute anything to Allah that Allah will not encourage you to do, especially that which is fahsha, evil and abusive. I've talked about this financial demand, abuse on mahar. My brothers and sisters, I'll give you another example of how we are so embedded in some cultural practices around funeral and customs on burial. If somebody dies, expensive food must be served by the mourner. Astaghfirullah al-Azim, the one who has passed away, his family is the one you should be giving food to. But there is a demand from our culture. I'm going to come to the bereavement. I'm going to come and see your family. I must be fed. You should be bringing food for them if you're a neighbor, if you're local. My brothers and sisters, I see people fixing 3 days, 5 days, 7 days, 10 days, 40 days celebration. Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam died. Tell me, how many days did his companions celebrate? 3 days, 5 days, 10 days, 40 days? Did he ever organize even anything to do with any of those days? No. And yet, when you ask, why are you doing 30 days, 40 days? Well, our forefathers have done it, we should continue. Or your forefathers may have done it. Islam doesn't say any of these things. Islam says, somebody has died, you bury them, you make dua for them. Of course, you do janazah, etc. And you make dua for them. And if they have left any wealth, give sadaqat on their behalf. That's all you can do. And if you're a son or a daughter, you carry on doing good work. Allah will bless them and Allah will bless you. I want to give you a third example of the one that is very prevalent in the Turkish community. So my Turkish brothers and sisters, please don't tell me off afterwards. I'm not attacking you personally. Some of the Turkish shops, I go to the grocery shops, I see the evil eye symbol behind in many of the counters. And I asked one brother, I said to him, that thing over there, what's that for? He goes to me, it is to ward off any evil eyes, anything that's unlucky. I said, but this evil eye that you're trying to protect is hanging in between the alcohol that you're selling. And then on the other side, I saw another shop which had Quran, Surah Al-Nas, Surah Al-Falaq, Qul Huwallahu Ahad, hanging just next to the alcohol. My brothers and sisters, why are you abusing Allah? Why are you abusing Allah? This symbol that you have, a blue turquoise symbol with an eye in the middle, you think that's going to protect you from the evil? Wallahi, that's evil in itself. This idea of superstition that Rasulullah saw prevalent in the Meccans, in some aspects and some people's practices in Medina, he condemned them. He tore them apart in some cases. My brothers and sisters, I see in certain areas, I went to a masjid where the musalla was folded in one corner. I said, why is this musalla folded in one corner? They said, because we don't want shaitan to pray on it. I said, if shaitan is going to pray, put 500 more musallas. What kind of illogical, silly statement is that? Or we want to keep our musalla clean. If you want to keep your musalla clean, why fold one corner? Fold the whole thing up and put it away. What about the masajids where the musalla is open 24 hours a day? How many shaitans are praying here? My brothers and sisters, such superstition has no basis whatsoever in Islam. And Rasulullah has made it very clear. And Allah is saying, are you going to attribute these cultural mumbo jumbo upon Allah and His Prophet? Don't. And the next example is, cultural restrictions we put on women is not found in Islam. We put on cultural restrictions. Woman can't come to the mosque. I can't see a woman when I'm in the mosque. I can't hear her voice when I'm in the mosque. Who told you this is from Islam? This may be from your culture, but don't attribute it on Islam and don't impose it on anyone else who wants to follow. Rasulullah's companion, Umar ibn Khattab radiallahu anhu, was asked, why don't you stop your wife from coming to the masjid? He said, because I heard Rasulullah said, never prevent a servant of Allah, a female servant of Allah from coming to the masjid. How can Umar ibn Khattab, after hearing such a word from the Prophet of Allah, ever prevent a woman from coming to the masjid? And yet, some brothers especially, even sisters, say, no, it's prayer at home, don't come to the masjid. Why not? Why shouldn't our sisters come to the masjid? They should. This is one of those masjids that is open to our brothers and sisters. You can come to pray whenever the masjid is open. These are cultural superstition. Don't attribute them to Allah and Islam, my brothers and sisters. So when there is something that contradicts Islam, even if it's your culture, you reject that culture. In Bangladeshi culture, they touch the feet of their parents and elders to say salam. Astaghfirullah. How is that salam? That's prostration in front of somebody. When I told people not to do it, they got upset. Cultural mumbo jumbo don't have any space in Islam. What culture does, which doesn't contradict with Islam. If a beautiful culture you have, go ahead and practice it. Islam will not prevent it. Islam won't stop it. But don't do anything that contradicts with the oneness of Allah, Tawheed, with the concept of Allah as the powerful protector, the mercy giver, the provider, in every way possible. Don't contradict what Rasulullah has made very clear by attributing them to your culture. My brothers and sisters, Allah is saying, are you going to speak about Allah, that which Allah never ordered you? We won't. May Allah protect us from these cultural mumbo jumbos. May Allah keep us away from any superstition, and may Allah bring us back on the right path, the path of Islam, as exemplified by our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.